And welcome back. On today's edition of the Hank Irwin Show, we are in Nashville for the National Religious Broadcasters Annual Convention. And welcome back. I'm here at the NRB, National Religious Broadcasters Convention, and Israel, the nation of Israel, the country of Israel, has a big presence every year at the NRB, and for good reason. So many of you want to go to Israel. And I've got Joe Diaz with me. He's with the Department of Tourism. And Joe, wanted to have you over and talk a little bit about going to Israel. How's it going over there?
It's going great, Hank. It's such a pleasure to be with you and be here at NRB. And you're right, this is our biggest Christian conference every year. And we're so excited to be here among so many loyal supporters of Israel. And you can just feel the passion and the love for Israel when you're here at NRB.
Well, I always love to go to Israel, and I'm taking groups with me to Israel. And a lot of people are asking, is it safe to go to Israel?
Always comes up whenever I speak at a conference or at a pastor's reunion or anything. That question always comes up. Let me just say this. You're safer in Israel than you are probably walking the streets of downtown Nashville, New York, Atlanta, even Alabama where you live, right?
Right.
But, I mean, Israel, number one, the numbers speak for themselves. Last year alone, we had close to 3.4 million people come to Israel. The U.S. is number one. Approximately 600,000 people came to Israel. Guess what, Hank? Everyone comes back safe and sound. Everyone, when you go to Israel, the first thing that people say is, I feel so safe here. They see little children walking to school hand in hand without their parents. You walk the streets through any of the cities at any hours of the day and night, you feel safe. And also, especially if most of the people that go to Israel travel in groups. When you're with a tour leader, when you're with a spiritual leader, they know exactly where to take you. If there would be anything happening in any part of the country at any time, which it wouldn't, chances would not, when you're there, you would be safe because they know exactly where you should be at that time.
You have a lot of church groups going. How do you tailor a plan for a church so that they get a chance to see everything in such a short time?
Many church groups and ministries. About approximately 70% of those numbers that I mentioned are Christian people, Christian leaders and pastors that bring groups to Israel. The best thing I can tell you to do is to go through leaders that have been to Israel already, because they know how to organize groups, such as yourself. But I encourage them to visit our website, to go to goisrael.com. We've got a great gift for Christian leaders, which is a Christian Leaders Kit that they can order online, and it actually guides them how to organize your thoughts and processes so that you can start organizing your next trip to Israel.
What's special about traveling to Israel that's different than, say, going to Europe?
Number one, we always say Israel is much more than a vacation. Israel is an experience. It's a transforming experience. It's a spiritual trip. You're standing behind our logo, right, and our marketing. And yesterday, even people from the board of NRB said, it's not just a marketing slogan. It is truth. Once you visit Israel, you'll never be the same. And it's because it's the land of the Bible. The Bible comes to life. It basically goes from and pastors will tell you this. The Bible, when you come back as a pastor and when you're sitting in church on a Sunday, when you're listening to that gospel, it's not going to be the same anymore, because it really comes to life. It pops out in black. Instead of being in black and white from now on in the Bible, it's in color. Because it's visually, you walk where Jesus walked, you're there where Jesus lived. It really comes, it makes the Bible comes to life, to take a new dimension.
Oh yeah, there is no doubt about that. And I'm sure that when people go and they visit, normally it's about a 10-day trip, and you fly into
Ben Gurion Airport to Tel Aviv, yes. Very, very safe. Very modern airport. It's won many awards because of all the facilities the airport has.
And you stay in Tel Aviv and normally go up to the Sea of Galilee. What do people tell you when they go up to the Sea of Galilee?
That's actually funny you should mention. People always ask me, what's your favorite location? It's hard to pick a location in Israel that's your favorite, but one of my favorite is the Sea of Galilee, because I'm a water person as it is. And and many of the sites, you always wonder, was it actually there? Was it 100 yards from there? Or was it where in proximity was the original site? But when you're on the Sea of Galilee, that has not moved, okay? So when you're on the Sea of Galilee, that's where it actually happened. You know, that's where Jesus was, where he lived, where he walked, and you know, and literally, when you're on the Sea of Galilee, you just feel this immense peacefulness and spirituality there, that it really does come to life. And all around the Sea of Galilee are so many of the sites that you get to visit as a Christian.
Yeah, you never are the same. So is it a good time to go? When's the best time to go to Israel?
You know, we always say that Israel is an all-year destination. Many of the travelers come in the summer and they come in the fall also because of all the holidays. But I would say the spring and the fall are the most beautiful times, especially in the spring, because the only time it rains in Israel is in the winter. You do get better rates going in winter time, which, you know, from December like to February. But, you know, and actually this year we had a record-breaking January of rain and cold weather as well. But when you go in the spring, everything is in bloom, all the wildflowers, all the trees, so you really do get to experience the beauty of all the blooming trees in the spring. But the fall is also very, very special. Summer's great, it's a little hot, you know, but, you know, you're used to heat, you know, living in the South, and I would encourage anybody to go into summer as well, especially June and July. So it really is an all-year destination, and, you know, obviously the time of the year varies for the pricing of how much your trip will cost.
It's a special trip, and I want you to go ahead and go on the internet and look up the details so that you can begin to pray about going to Israel. Again, what is the website?
It's goisrael.com or Israel Evangelical Experience.
Very good. Well, Joe Diaz, I thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for what you do for Israel.
Thank you, Senator, and thank you for what you're doing. And thank you to all our Christian friends that support Israel and come visit Israel, and you'll never be the same.
All right, thank you, Joe. We're going to continue with our visit to the NRB right after this. Stay with us.